I think one of the biggest ironies when it comes to alcohol use disorder or somebody who suffers from alcoholism is how society views you as a person. If you don't go along with the crowd in high school and college, well, they mock you for not drinking, and yet later on, when you have a drinking problem, they shun you for drinking. I mean, you're either a pariah or you're one of the boys. If you're not one of the boys, well, then you're something else. You're not part of our crowd. Socially acceptable, and yet if you do too much of it, they will shun you and they will cast you out. The irony behind it is really sad, and it affects a lot of people negatively in many ways. The sad thing is most people start their alcoholic career between the ages of 13 and 20 during high school and college age years, and a lot of it is because of peer pressure, not because they actively seek to go drink, but because all their friends are. You go to a party socially, it's everywhere. Here, have a beer, have a glass of wine, have something else, and it leads to other things. And there's a real problem with that. The irony is that later on, once somebody becomes addicted, those same people will leave you in their tracks. Believe me, they will. And family members, people will leave you in your tracks if it gets out of hand. And yet, nobody has any problem getting you started. The sad thing is you're cool if you drink, and you're not cool if you drink too much. And the sad thing is that we're not wired that way if we have other problems, like if we have anxiety or depression, or we've had post-traumatic stress syndrome, or we've had abuse or some kind of trauma in your life, and then you're introduced to alcohol at a young age, and that's going to mask that trauma, and it's going to keep masking it, and it can create what's called alcohol use disorder, which is actually a mental health issue, especially when you get in the later stages. So nobody has any problem introducing you to the drug. They just don't want you to take too much of it. But no one tells you, because we're not wired that way. We're wired, some people will have a predisposition to drink too much, and part of it really isn't their fault. So in a lot of ways, society really has alcohol rigged. I mean, it's packaged so that it's, you associate it with the weekend, or you associate it with the football game, a party. Culturally, it's acceptable. You go out to a social event and you're going to expect alcohol to be there, and it's sold and packaged that way. So, there's almost no way to be introduced to it, and if you already have some other issues in your background, some kind of trauma, it's only going to exasperate that whole problem. So again, if any of these kind of issues are relatable, and you realize you've kind of found yourself trapped into this situation, click on the link above. I've helped thousands of alcoholics, and just as importantly, I've helped their families. And again, I have a Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale. Please like, share, and follow. And again, thanks for listening.